I just want to preface this video by letting you guys know I'm getting over a cough right now. So if at any point I feel like I'm dying and there's a lot of cuts, it's because I am dying and I'm just getting over this cough right now. But yeah, it's been a minute and probably wondering where I've gone. I got all this fancy equipment, as you can see, all around me. And now all I need is a proper motivation to continue on. So what am I going to talk about after being gone for a whole 2-3 years at this point now? Well, a game that I haven't played for more than 2 hours in a genre that I've never tried before. And what genre might that be, you may ask? It's going to be Metroidvanias. And what game in the Metroidvania genre have I not tried? Well, I'm trying Hollow Knight at this point. Now, it's important to note that I've only played about 2.5 hours at this point, so I'm not very far in it, and I am adapting, but I am enjoying my time in Dirtmouth so far. All I want to talk about today was my experience as someone who's never played the Metroidvania genre, and what that's like for someone like me who hasn't touched the genre before. And this video's opinion is bound to change because, like I said, I'm only 2.5 hours into the game at this point. So I'm going to try and make progress and beat the game and then give a final verdict and final, I guess, analysis on what I thought about the game and the genre as a whole at this point. Now, one more thing to note at this point, I am, the footage you're seeing behind me at this point is of me playing Hollow Knight on my Twitch channel. This is going to be my shameless plug to say, hey, go follow me on Twitch right now. I'm live when I can be live. I work, I go to school at this point. I work 40 hours a week and I go to school, so it's really hard to maintain a consistent schedule. But I will say, if you guys follow me, you can see when I go live, and then you can kind of tune in if you can. If you can't, no biggie. But if you guys want to see me fail firsthand, that's how you guys do it at twitch.tv/roastedbacon. For the O's, it is a 0. So roasted with an O and bacon with an O. Wait, O? 0. Roasted with a 0, bacon with a 0. There you go. And now that I successfully, finally, shamelessly plugged my channel, I'm ready to get started on this video. At this point, you're probably wondering why I chose Hollow Knight as my first descent into Metroidvania madness. And it's because of two things. Number one, word of mouth. I've seen countless people talking about how great this game is, and seen countless channels talking about how amazing and wonderful everything is in the game, to the point where it's almost inescapable. I can't really escape the Hollow Knight lore and the Hollow Knight fandom. There's actually channels that I've seen fully dedicated to just Hollow Knight at this point, so it would seem like the perfect place to start for someone who is not into the genre and has not ever played a game in the genre before, so it felt like a really good starting place. You know, it has a little something for everyone. The second part is, look at this fucking game behind me. Look at this game. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The colors are there. The art style is amazing. And you're lying to me if this game does not catch your attention with its beauty. You're telling me this bad boy can pack so much beauty into it? I've only seen about 3 or 4 areas at this point, so each one is unique and distinct in its own way, and it's really pretty to look at. Like, for example, the area I'm in right now, it's a lot of jellyfish running around, flying around, floating around. Do they fly? Float, floating around. If you smack one, it'll literally just beeline it towards you and you die on impact, so that's no bueno. But everything else in the game is beautiful. If there's not out there to kill you, it's out there to look pretty. So that's pretty much my verdict on the art for the game. Now, as for my first impressions on the game and the overall genre as a whole at this point, since it is my first foray, I'm kind of mixed on the whole thing overall, and it's mainly because I don't know where I'm going half the time, and that gets all the more troublesome when you have to factor in the fact that you don't have a map, and you have to find some poor lost soul wandering around who draws a map for you, and then you need to go buy the map with the currency that you have. Buddy's just out here doing the field doing God's work, and I'm out here struggling to find the nearest bench just to stay alive. Speaking of the benches, they act as like a point of respite where you can kind of relax and get your bearings before you set out on your next adventure, or you can sit there and contemplate what you're doing and why you're doing it to even begin with. And along with those benches, even more so related to exploration, you're going to find a lot of vendors in the places beneath Dirtmouth, which is the home base. I'll go more into this when I actually make a full-on, I guess, opinionated video when I've completed the game, because obviously I don't think it's fair to give a whole spiel about the whole game yet without actually completing it. So these are, like I said, these are my first impressions as someone who's coming into the genre as a whole. But yeah, as I said, there's these vendors that are around, there's a little map guy that's out there, there's a banker, there's these little caterpillar things inside these jars, which I have no idea what they do at this point still, after 2.5 hours. And then there's these stag locations that are around the map that allow you to fast travel to different areas in the map. Once you've unlocked a stag location, you can just use it free of charge. You have to pay to unlock it at first, and then from there you can kind of fast travel. At least that's how it's working so far at this point. And I say all this because it does an effective job, a very fantastic job actually, at stressing me the hell out. I mean, seriously, every time I leave a bench, I immediately want to go right back to the bench and sit down because I'm scared of losing all my progress at this point. However, this game does have the mechanic where if you die, you have an opportunity to go back and get your souls, or I guess in this case, it's not souls, it's geodes, I think. The little currency that you have. So you basically have one shot one opportunity to seize the money that you had and get it back into your savings account. And I can't tell you how nervous I would get when I would die and have to immediately beeline it back to my ghost, because I was so worried of dying on my way to the ghost and I was gonna lose everything. And once you kill the ghost, I had to immediately go right back down into exploring this deep hellhole. But that's the appeal of the game at this point. Everyone plays the game just so they can see how far they can go and then keep going until they hit the end. It's all about exploring and getting new gear to make exploring easier. And in this case, I'm gonna keep pressing forward, or rather, I'm gonna keep pressing downward. I'm gonna make it to the end, and I'm gonna make it through every single boss that the game has to offer at this point. This far, I am only defeated the False Knight and the Hornet, so I'm not very far in the game, but I'm going to continue to keep trekking on. I have no idea how many bosses are in the game at this point, but I'm going to keep going until I beat the game or until I rage. And I know this video is going to be on the shorter side. We're at the end of it actually at this point, but to be honest, I just kind of want to ease myself back into this whole video editing thing, and I also wanted to it's my first time using this green screen. It's my first time using all this equipment, this ring light. I'm blinding myself. I don't know if I'm have it too bright at this point, or if I just don't have it bright enough to where it won't matter how bright I have it at that point. So what I'm basically trying to say is I'm not going to try and overdo it at this point with my videos. So I do want to thank you guys for watching me and checking this out. But I'm going to plug a couple things before I go, and then I'll let you guys get on your way. Number one, my mom wrote a book. It is called Living a Parable. You can find it by Sylvia Davis. I just saw my cat put her paw under the door, so sorry. It's my mother's book called Living a Parable. It's got plenty of stories from her childhood and adulthood. I am in the book as well, so if you guys want to know more about me and more about, you know, how it relates to God and stuff like that, go for it. It's on Amazon. It's also on her website. I will link her website in the description box below. So if you guys do decide you want to buy that, I would be grateful for that, and I know she would be as well. Second thing, my podcast. I have a podcast that I host with two other gentlemen. It's an anime-related podcast called Animanium. We basically talk bi-weekly. We talk about different animes that are coming out this time and different shows that we have been watching and kind of giving our opinions and reviews on it. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Most of those things I don't really use. Twitter, I probably use the most. TikTok, second most. Instagram, I haven't posted since like February or March, something like that. I haven't posted in a minute, so but you can follow me on all those socials if you want and see what's going on there. Mostly just memes that I retweet, and on TikTok it's probably snippets of videos that I upload. And finally, the fifth thing is thank you for watching this video. Thank you for people who have been sticking around and watching the videos every time I do upload, as infrequently as I do upload. I greatly appreciate you guys' view time and watching and commenting and giving me motivation. I know it's been a long time, but I'm hoping that I can stick with it. And I mean, for some reason I had a spark of motivation today, so I hope that this spark lasts. Anyways, guys, it's much love to y'all. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.